Norris had been hospitalized in Hawaii on Thursday following a medical emergency. His family says he died suddenly. In true Chuck Norris fashion, he showed no signs of slowing right down up till the very end, even sharing, as it would turn out, one of Chuck Norris's last Chuck Norris facts just over a week ago on his 86th birthday.
I don't age, I level up.
Joining us now is American actor and retired bodybuilder Lou Ferrigno. Mr. Ferrigno starred in the TV series The Incredible Hulk in the 1970s. He also helped Norris strength train for movies like Hero and The Terror. They remained lifelong friends for 40 years. Lou, welcome to the show. This has got to be a tough day.
Thank you.
Got to be a tough day for you. What was your reaction when you heard?
Well, we were close friends. I was kind of like surprised because I expected him to live a long time, like to be almost 100, because he was very into health, fighting and taking care of his training. You know, and he was a real, true American. I mean, I loved the guy because he was a hero. Especially when I was a teenager, I used to watch him in the movies. I fighting Bruce Lee. I actually grew up with him. And I admired him because when he came to me and train him, we shared a lot of different stories. He told me about his adventure with Bruce Lee, where he came from. He had a tough relationship with his father, especially being a world champion. And I tell you, I learned a lot from Chuck. He would probably be my favorite student. If I told him to do 10 more reps, he would do 10 reps. He was so determined and such a good soul.
When was the last time you spoke to him or saw him?
I saw Chuck, I would say maybe 9 months ago. It was at a Comic-Con. I believe it was somewhere in Texas with his family. And I said to myself, I said to Chuck, I said, how old are you? Chuck said, I'm like 85. I said, are you kidding me? I mean, he still had the vitality and the vibrant. And it was great because every time you're around him, he radiates so much energy, especially his wife or the kids. And it's such a joy to see him.
Yeah, that video that he himself posted just about a week ago on his own birthday, I don't age, I level up. I mean, first of all, it's classic Chuck Norris, but he looked fantastic.
But it shows you he embraces the aging process. He doesn't give up. Like at the age of 86, like he's sparring. I mean, who could do this at 86? Very few people. I hope I could do the same at 86.
Yeah, me too. What was it about Chuck Norris that resonated across the generational divide? Why do you think, you know, generation after generation, boomers to Gen X, millennials, even Gen Z, why do you think they all connected somehow with Chuck Norris?
He was a fighter. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know, he served in the military too. And he had a tough life, and I think he had that fire in him that he wanted to be the best he can be, and he never took any crap from anybody because he had so much adversity against him, especially when he was young. People put down martial arts, like karate guys. Like today you have Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris, to be very successful in the film business, integrating with bodybuilding training. That's why Chuck has this fire, and I think he never gave up. When I spent time with him, I could see the fire in him. He was such a determined guy, very positive, and a strong believer especially in faith.
Yeah, and the martial arts, by the way, are more popular than ever right now. You know, he never claimed to be Laurence Olivier, but audiences loved his roles, even though they might have been sort of a shtick at times.
But especially his body, karate, you know, when people do martial arts like Chuck, the karate that's speaking for you. It's like bodybuilding, you hold to connect with the audience, like Chuck with karate connect with the audience. Like you can't wait to see him defeat the opponent, the way he moved. But Chuck was the world champion like 6, 7 times. And in the real fight situation, he was deadly. It wasn't fake, it wasn't fancy. It was direct, strong impact. And you could feel the impact when you watch him on the film.
Yeah, it looked authentic. He really looked like those roundhouse kicks were, somebody was feeling a little sore the next day after being on the receiving end of that. Lou Ferrigno, great to talk to you. Thank you so much for sharing about your friend. I really appreciate it as we remember Chuck Norris. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.